What is going on, people? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. I checked last video was November 27 or something like that. It's 14, like a double digit November, let's say. That's the last time I made a video. Um, yeah, I've been planning out a lot more content, and now we're talking about website content, personal content, tips and tricks, videos, reels, post, like plan it all out. I have a guy helping me, so it's gonna be very good. But I thought it would be fair to make a little update video first, since that's what I've been doing as the only form of content so far. And I definitely liked it. It's just sometimes hard to keep consistent. That's why I just want to keep it simple. Here again, I was like, oh, maybe I should do a presentation. I should like, nah, just keep it simple and even do it, and then we'll see about improving it as we go. So last day was actually day 43. So I didn't want to cheat the system and say I'm a day 200 or whatever. I'm a day 50 because I didn't do anything since then. So I thought about just giving updates first. A few things have changed. I'll go into like the nitty gritty a little bit later into actual like agency wise what changed. As I said, I have a guy working with me who edits videos, helps me with websites, short form content, a lot of things like that. So it's been amazing. And then that kind of led me into the next phase of my business, saying like, I hired him. He's a guy from India, Christian guy, who I really trust by this time. I found him I was scrolling Christian content and I saw him and I really liked his content. I was like, hey, can you make me videos? And then we agreed. He made me some videos for Agape, and then suddenly I was like, well, you're good. You do very good work. I want you on the team. I like to consider him on the team, so I put him on like a more like a full-time salary, and now he's been working a lot with me. So that's amazing. Definitely, I know everyone talks, like everyone who does a little bit decent numbers talks always about hiring is the most important thing. And I definitely see the value, even though this is like on the smallest scale possible. I definitely would see the interesting and the value in that because it just frees up so much time. Like he also helps me a lot with websites. So whenever I have like a website project that I know it takes a while, it's like, hey, we just go on like a quick onboarding, we go over it, and then he just does it, and then a week later it's done. And you're like, wow, I was doing a lot of other things while he was doing that, and it just works. So I'm gonna be very interested. It's gonna be very interesting to see. I would never really want like a full on like 30-man team, but man, like if you have a team of like 5 dudes who are just baller, I think you can do a lot of work. So that's very interesting to see. Another interesting, I'm gonna write it down for myself first, honest, because I've been actually, I would say the most consistent in my life would go to the gym. So a few days before, but I'll just say 1st of August because it's nicer to count as well. I started going to the gym every morning. I'm at the gym at 7, so a guy picks me up. Around like 6:45, we drive together to the gym, work out for an hour, go back, shower, home, start the day. He is a normal, I would say 9 to 5, but that's just the way of describing a job. He is very different hours, but it's just like he's employed, let's say, and he makes it work. So that's super nice because I definitely see the value in that. Because man, just the fact that you have to wake up because you know he's going to pick you up is all I need. Like it's all the motivation you need, which is crazy, but it does so much going with someone else because there's so many times here in this month from August 1 to today is 25, August 25. I'll write this in the top of the video as well, August 25, by the way. Where if that wasn't for him, I would have just slept because let's say I went to bed late for whatever reason and like I need my 8 hours, I'm gonna sleep, and now I'm just waking up because I have to. So that's definitely crazy. I'm gonna keep writing the from August. I'll write the date as well because that's very nice actually for my own tracking. So I don't know why I never did that, but from now on we'll start doing that as well. So yeah, it feels super good. So in like a few days it's gonna be a full month, which is like I would say pretty consistent. And we're talking every day, Monday to Friday, so weekends off. So far I've done something most weekends, like either football or like just do something, which is more like I would say cardio. You can consider cardio like football or other things. but they're still good. So I don't have to do anything on Saturdays or Sundays, but if we feel like it, we do it, which is good. And then let's say almost like a revolutionary part of that was that app heavy. So I didn't start tracking from first. I was like, oh, like because we were going every day. I was like, man, I always forget what I did last time. So in a way, it was more like I need to find an app tracking, like a tracking for the weights. And then I remember this app heavy was like it's more like a social media platform and weight tracking in one. So I was like, hey, let me try that. And then I just started using it as more like just to track what I did last time because actually it does a good job showing that as well, what you did last time, and then personal records. But then I got so into the actual like the motivation part of it and the whole other part of it heavy offers. So it shows you more like the data of what you've been doing. And man, that's been so cool. So first of all, it shows you how much weight you did that training. So suddenly I'm like, I did 10,000 kilos at training, which was mind blowing. Like I never even thought about it. So as you can see here, that one workout, you list a total of almost 12K. I would never even fathom that. If I would count up the stuff, you wouldn't even think of that. So it was so cool to see. I just lifted a truck. That was super motivating. And then I added this widget on my phone where it shows me the weekly, like how much I lifted. Today's Monday, but I'm going on the evening since my partner is away, so we'll go in the evening. So it shows like every workout you done, and then like it shows the weekly tons, which is nuts. Like I was at 50K tons, like 50,000 kilos lifted in a week. It's just crazy to see. And it shows you how consistent I've been. Unfortunately, I can't really track like cardio or something. Like it's a very workout gym app, which is maybe like the only thing missing. Because I would want to add football and not like do the weight thing, but maybe just have a different color, for cardio or something like that. Would be very cool. But nevertheless, it was just been almost like a little like eye opener. That this was good, and it kind of put me back into the business perspective again, as in, man, as soon as you start tracking stuff, you can just do so many different things. Like it opens your mind, but it also makes you aware of things, which is very interesting. Like, okay, I need to start tracking my business again. Not again, because I've been doing a little bit, but not enough, nowhere near enough. Of course, it depends what you're doing. Like, if you're taking ads, it's very more important to track them when you do certain other activities. So yeah, but it made me like realize, wow, that was interesting. Whew. Okay, enough yapping. Let's go more into the juice. So the weekly project updates is going to be very interesting because I would say, a lot of things changed. Growth operator, we still have one client, and it's just like we're just having one client. We're not actively looking for others, even though me and a partner, the one in America now, he moved to America recently back. He's from the States, but we actually had contact when he was in Lombok, which is next to Bali. And that's where we kind of always did business from, like he in Bali, me in here in Europe. And now he moved to California. So we don't have so much going on that side. But then on the agency side, we start focusing a lot more on the USA. So it's been so interesting because California is in itself, if you take the state, is the fourth biggest economy in the world, which was mind blowing to me. So when I would almost say from the moment I saw that statistic, I told my partner like, hey, why don't we go for like local businesses in California, because it's such a big market. There's so much money there. And from that point, we started going a little bit more towards that. We ran some ads. We got actually decent amount of clients. We're kind of revamping everything right now. And then from that, we're actually now getting referrals. So he's meeting a lot of business owners as well. He's going to like a pickleball club, which is interesting to see. It's like the new golf networking. So he meets a lot of people at pickleball, and then from that we've got a lot more interesting clients, like big dog clients, like just very interesting clients. So like one of the clients there is you could consider more like we are more considered a growth operator role. He does like advising teachers in LA how to retire, so you could kind of consider that, but it's actually more like a local business in a way, and that's how we approached it and how we came to him as a client. So that's very interesting. So it's been a kind of like another eye opener. I've participated in a workshop where it's like all about charging enterprise clients, just charging more, and then we're talking 10K USD a month per client. And when you're starting out, it feels like 10K is the aim, the goal, per month in general. And that's this whole series is about. But then now we're talking about 10K per client per month, which is just nuts. But it's the crazy part. It's so realistic and feasible that it brings in a whole other mind shift as well. And actually, at this point, we're in talks to a client where we probably we're definitely pitching and quoting 10K. But we're kind of like flexible and seeing where we can provide value and not, and might go a little bit down or up. So it's super exciting. And then to realize, okay, 10K a month was the goal, and now we have maybe, if you switch that goal to 10K a month clients, you could be at 100K. I wouldn't say easy, but like very realistically, if you just have 10 clients and you service them super well and you keep them on, you're there already, which is just nuts. And the whole workshop also was about, it's not necessarily that your service needs to be better or you need to spend more time. You actually spend less time. You do the same service, maybe a little too high standard, or like the onboarding and the whole system around is better, but not the core service is the same. Which is nuts because it's so true. Like you just, when you charge more, you get to spend more money on people, you get to spend more money on tools, you get to, if you have less clients because you need only, let's say 10 clients, so you have a lot more time per client, so you have dedicated time. And like I said, you don't even need more time, but you just spend more time on actual work instead of more time on like meetings and small things here and there and trying to do sales. You just spend time on what matters, and that's working for your client. And that was just so cool to realize, because it's definitely a shift, and it's definitely a shift that's necessary and needed. Because man, I took on every client that I could get. Not really, but in a way, in the beginning, it is like that. And I wouldn't even be so much against it because you learn a lot, and in a way, you also learn what you don't want, which is good. And maybe you've said this, but this is like a running meme in the agency community, like where there's like a 500. Maybe like even 200-300 a month client. Okay, do invoice, let's do a meeting, let's do this, let's do that. Can you revise this? Can blah, blah, blah. And then there's like a 50,000 a month client. Invoice paid, thank you, bye. And it's just baffling how much is true. And that workshop is, in a way, that the whole workshop is that meme summarized in a way, because there's a lot of reasons for it. There's a lot of reasons why you want it, but that's just the core of it. And that's definitely the way I want to go. Only problem I would say here is that in Norway, where I'm at, there's not, it's such a small market that maybe there's not enough companies and stuff that can afford that. But then in the same way, there is definitely, but maybe not in now the target audience a little bit, or the ideal customer would be like local service-based businesses with like multiple locations, because then that means they could afford the marketing, and we can go into like market multiple locations at once, and then that brings the 10K justification. But in Norway, those are not really that common, and not that, they're just not that many of them. If you think about America, of course, there's plenty per state even. So that's a little bit what we're doing. But yeah, so there's this part as well. And in another way, referrals in my Norwegian agency has also been very much and very key. Like for the first time after like 2-3 years of building up my network in Norway, I definitely see now there's referrals coming in, which is super dope to see. It took a while, but that's just what it is, especially as a foreigner in another country. Like nobody knows you, literally, especially not business owners. So it takes a while, but it's definitely worth it, because I see, man, if you get referrals, it's just, I would say sales on easy mode definitely is, because it's just so much easier to close, and to close at a high rate as well, because they know they get value. Like if you have cold traffic, it's all about trust. And if they don't even know if they can trust you, how are you going to justify high price? So yeah. But lastly, Agape, it's been, I would say, a little bit more quiet. Definitely have been wanting to push more, but it's just time is just definitely a problem. That's also why I hired the video editor, because he actually edits. That's how we started, editing videos for Agape, just some social media management and posting there. So definitely that helped. I'm keep trying to get more products in. So there's like, this is a new set. There's so many colors in this set, in this like series, that I could. There's like 15 to 20 different colors, and all of them are super cool. So it's like, if I had like 10K to put into this, I would have definitely done it a long time ago and just order like all the products I want. But that's also risky, and that's just a little bit hard. but that would have definitely been a play. If I want to push, I could have pushed, and this can work because the amount of people that order my stuff and are super happy with it is just super motivating. But then I'm like, oh, I need to push, and then I don't push, and then yeah, it's just a little bit back and forth in my mind. But yeah, if there's more time and more money, I would have definitely. But that's also just the part of the process that I'm building this from scratch. So there's no. That's just what it is. You just have to build it slowly and put your own money into it. So yeah. But I just wanted to kind of go over this and make this like a not too long. I could have made this super long because it's been 6, 7, 9, maybe 9 months or something. So it could have been a lot longer. But I think just to start simply again, there's a lot more I can say, but I just want to start getting on track again. Peace.